What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about nervous system regulation. And I don't know why I started that video so abruptly because that doesn't help regulate the nervous system. But I'm going to talk about nervous system regulation and its impact on our health and fitness, on our emotional well being, our mental well being, and even our spiritual well being. Because as a fitness coach, and I've been doing this for almost 15 years now, one of the things I've realized is stress management and nervous system regulation are pretty much the foundational components of things that we have to focus on and build a strong um, base for so that everything else can work and flow properly. Because your hormones will be affected by your nervous system. If you are in a constant state of fight or flight, your cortisol will be spiked. And when your cortisol is spiked, all the good, happy hormones that we need to build muscle and burn body fat and just be energized optimally throughout the day will be lowered. So, what we want to do is learn how to manage stress and calm our nervous system. And so, one of the things that we struggle with in our current culture is hustle culture. It's just, it is what it is, right? We live in a time where, money is a different thing than it was 20, 30 years ago. And it just keeps changing. And so we have to find new ways to earn an income, provide for ourselves and our families, and work extra hours if that's what that looks like for you. If that's a perspective that you have, you feel like you just have to work harder to make more money. When optimally, it's more of a perspective shift and a realignment with your true values will eventually bring in the income that you desire. But that's for a different topic for another conversation. Um, but nervous system regulation. So I have clients come to me from all facets of different things. I see it in contest prep even. Clients they'll do great the entire prep with previous coaches or on their own. And then when they get into the show, literally within the last 3 days, they sabotage everything because their nervous system is wrecked. They are fucking stressed to the gills. They're overthinking everything. They don't feel like they're ready. So their cortisol is spiking. So now their body's retaining fluid and it's making them look puffy. And then it's also making them look flat. So now they're flat and fat. And it's the worst combination that any of us could ever ask for. And so implementing tools and steps that we can do to calm the nervous system, things like meditation, things like journaling, things like talk therapy, and even some peptide use, calming the nervous system with things like BPC 157, TB 500, even glutathione, as well as a few other things. There's a bunch of other things that help calm the nervous system. But it's just, the reason I want to talk about it is because it's not something people really think about. People think, oh, I just need to lower my calories more and I just need to do more cardio and I need to, you know, uh, whatever. Like I just need to do more when it's not the case. Because it's the same with my general population clients. My clients come to me and they've been trying to lose weight for years. They have a good trajectory, they get things moving for a little bit, and they're excited and they're optimized and everything's going really well. And then all of a sudden, fucking some stressor happens and they fall off track completely, and they fucking lose all fucking trajectory, and they stop going to the gym, they stop eating right, they stop taking care of themselves, and they completely reverse and go back to where they were, or sometimes even worse. And again, this is a nervous system response. You don't know how to handle stress properly because you just weren't taught how to handle stress properly. So one of the things that I do with all of my clients, contest prep, general population, weight loss, elders, whatever, functional cases, especially functional cases, it doesn't matter. It's all stress management and nervous system regulation. We have to get to a point where we are not at the mercy of the external environment that we're living in. Like, we're not at the mercy of the traffic. We're not at the mercy of someone else being a fucking asshole and triggering us. We have to get to the point where we can Take a deep breath and relax our shoulders and relax the weight that we are holding on to, and calm the nervous system, calm the mind, calm the body. And a lot of times, this also leads into deep shadow work or trauma work and getting to the root cause of why are we so triggered? Why are we so easily affected by other people's actions and choices and decisions and big, giant things that are happening around the world that we have zero control over? Why are we so reactive? What is it within us that makes us feel the right to get triggered and get angry or to get stressed and to get depressed and anxious and all of these things? It's a central nervous system response that we learned. We learned it at childhood in some type of event. It's always associated with some type of event that we went through at childhood, be it our parents didn't love us the exact way that we needed to in some way or fashion. Maybe one of them was distant or both. Maybe they were, in my case, my mother died when I was 4, and then my dad remarried and he was an alcoholic, and then he remarried a drug addict. So it was kind of like chaos all the fucking time. So I sat with that and I've processed that many a times. And it still comes up at times. I still get like hints of, fear of abandonment and fear of loss in relationships and things like that. And I sit with it and I process it. And every single time I do, my nervous system calms because I release it. I release the old aspects of my trauma. And so I want to talk about that too. I want that to be known. I don't want that to be hidden. There's no reason to hide. Like, we all have trauma. We all have shit that we're holding on to. We've all been through things that we don't know how to confront, look at, love, send love to, and release. But when we do, I'm telling you from experience and also what I've witnessed with clients, is that when you really do the work and you go in and you process the emotions and the feelings that you needed to process that you didn't process properly when you were a child and you didn't release because you just didn't know how, you weren't really in an environment that allowed you to do that. When you go back to that childlike state that you were and you give love to that aspect of you, it changes you. You release the fears and the doubts and the scared little child that is clinging to something. If it's clinging to attachments, if it's clinging to addictions, if it's clinging to distractions, they go away when you sit with them and you love that part of yourself. You find a way to have compassion and appreciation and gratitude and love even for that darkness. And that's really where the deep, deep work is, right? But mostly the reason I want to talk about it is because I've witnessed this within myself and within clients, that when you go there and you do that work, it changes your nervous system. You become even more resilient, but from a place of freedom now, not from a place of clinging or running or sabotaging or addiction. You come from a place of peace and a place of love that you have given to yourself. And so that's what I want to talk about. Getting to the deep root of it, healing the deep parts of ourselves that we're afraid to confront, and then reversing out, allowing it to calm our nervous system, to heal our nervous system, which heals our mind and our emotions. And then we can move toward our goals with way more confidence and way more power and way more love and way more trusting. And that's where the real transformation starts to begin, and your life starts going in the direction that you want it to, from a conscious place, not based upon old conditionings and old patterns. And so if this is something that you feel like you've been struggling with and you resonate with and you feel like I can help you with that, I would love to do so. So reach out and I will give you all the information I got to help you in any way I can. We can set up a consultation call and talk about all these wonderful, fun things. And yeah, reach out, let me know. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.